Hey friends, today I'm coming on to plan in my social media notebook, but I thought I'd share with you how I plan in my classic dashboard this week. I used this Happy Planner seasonal teacher sticker book, and there was a sheet in here for St. Patrick's Day, and I thought it would be fun to use that sheet. I tried to use it all up, but I couldn't. But I used that to decorate since St. Patrick's Day is on the 17th. And I think it turned out super fun. I used the little coins down the center, but once you separate the pages, they kind of look like cookies or something. It's really funny. But I still think it turned out super cute. So let's go ahead and decorate my social media notebook for the week. And this is an Erin Condren productivity notebook. And I purchased this during their Black Friday sale. And I absolutely have been loving planning in this year. The only downfall that I wish this notebook did not have is I wish this was more neutral and these colors weren't there, because it makes it a little difficult when you are planning. Like, I'm trying to do like kind of like a green and springish theme, and then you have the purple and it kind of throws things off. So I'm thinking of using this Plannything Plants and Florals sticker book, and we have these plants and we have these hanging plants. And I was thinking about using the hanging plants and kind of hanging them across the page. But I'm going to need to cover up this purple. I'm not so much worried about this purple. I could grab a box and cover that up, or these thin lines of purple. Now, I think if I use these, I could probably get away with the purple, but I really want to use these fun green ones since St. Patrick's Day is Tuesday, and plus spring is on Friday. I think that would be fun. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this green grid washi from Plannything, and we're going to add this down. And I'm hoping I can cover up these purple lines with my white out and do a pretty good straight across job. It doesn't have to be, of course, perfect, but enough where I'm covering up as much of that purple as I can and be able to cover up the white out with my washi tape. So we might have to leave that little bit of purple uncovered there. So let me cover this side really quick here. I think I'll start at the top this time. And I'm going to go over that little bump of the page marker there. It's not the easiest thing trying to go in a straight line. Okay. Now, let's see how this does. Do I need to grab a wider washi? Okay. I think I'm going to have to grab a wider washi for this, because I didn't do the greatest job covering that up. So let's see. I've got this green wider washi. So let's use the wider washi, and then we'll be perfectly good covering that up. Other than I left that, but that's okay. Let's flip it over and let's cover up this. Kind of go more to the end of the page. And I might have to take my scissors and kind of get that started so I can pull that across. Okay, it's kind of close to the coils there, but that's okay. And did we cover up? Okay, there's no bullet points here. Okay, I will figure out some way of covering up that little area there. Okay, we're going to keep the thinner washi too, just in case. So then let's start grabbing some stickers so we can put them across the top of the page. So I have more room to put on the top of the page on this side. So let's make it like kind of touch the washi above, kind of like it's the you know, the ceiling or whatnot. So let's do that one. And let's do, need to make sure I'm doing kind of a variety. Let me grab my tweezers here. Sometimes these are hard to get off of the backing. And we're going to grab this one. I'm going to give a little bit of space in between. So we'll do that one, and maybe we'll do one of these with a shorter cord just for some interest. Okay, so we have those. And I really would like to put that shelf with them hanging, but I want to have them just hanging. Let's do this one. The nice thing about these Planny Things sticker books is that you get 2 sheets of these stickers. And I'm struggling to put this one down straight. I want it to just barely touch that. And I think I'm not going to cover this up because this is where I do my check off for the week. So we just need maybe one more. Let's do, I want to do another one that has 3, but both of these have 3. So we're going to go with this one. It has like some tassels hanging off of it. Okay. All right. That's cute. I like that hanging across. I would hang it all the way, like put it all the way across, but I want to leave this for functional. So maybe we can find something to cover that up. I think I've used a good bit of these stickers. Yeah, I've used a good bit of these. Let's see if we have green one at the back. No, there's a pink one. All right, so go back to these stickers just in case. Let's grab my wrong boxes and let's bring in, that won't even cover it up. Well, I don't want to use one of my big ones. I would have to use one of these larger ones. I like keeping those for my dashboard. Let's see what else we have. So let's see what the big one looks like if we put this here. All right, yeah, I think we're just going to have to go ahead and use the big one. All right, and it kind of comes over here. It kind of covers up that last line, but I think I'm okay with that. So then let's bring in the other washi that I had intended to use, and let's bring that across here just so we have some different greens. All right, and I may bring this across here. What happens, what does it look like if we cover up that? Oh, actually, that doesn't look bad. If we cover up the purple, it just looks a little dark underneath. There we go. Okay, and that covered up purple. We just have this little bit of purple. All right, so I think that's good for washi tape. And let's see. I do know I used quite a few of these boxes already. But I do want boxes for social media and goals. I never use these boxes here. Do I want to bring in this blue? I think all of these can work. So I think I'm going to use these circles because I never use these because once you write on them, you know, you can't wipe them out. So let's do maybe these for a change, for something different for social media. So we'll do those there, and we'll do these 2 here. And I'm going to grab my Proud sticker design, and we're going to grab some of those social media stickers. And then I just kind of like to add them And then I'm not having to write in what it is I'm tracking. And then let's grab a Facebook, because I've been tracking my Facebook. Even though I haven't seen much growth on my Facebook page, I've still been kind of tracking it. All right, so we have our social trackers down. Now let's do some goals. So I have a little bit of room for goals. Not a lot of boxes. So maybe we'll bring in this blue on this side. We'll bring the blue in on this side and that green on this side, and let's go ahead and just layer these boxes like so. And then let's bring in the green. Oh, and I do not have a big enough tan, so we're going to bring in this green, which is actually, that green's more like that green. So let's change this up. Let's bring in this green over here. And then we'll bring these two down here. I love the boxes that have a little sparkle to them. And let's see if we can straighten that out a little bit. Okay, there we go. And that looks good. Now let's take this box here. Yeah, that's that color. And we're going to cover up that first one. We're going to put our header there. And then we're going to have to bring in that blue one over here. And I'm just going to put that right in the middle of the worksheet. There we go. Okay, this is coming together pretty. I like this. This is fun. Now, maybe we'll bring in a quote here. So, these are really fun quotes in here. Some of these are kind of like funny. My brain has too many tabs open. Some days I amaze myself. Other days I put keys in the fridge. Like, these are so funny. Let's see. Let's do... I have it all together. I just need to remember where I put it. Let's do that. That's fun. These are so fun. So let's add these here. And I don't think any of these are just flowers that we could just add. They are all hanging flowers. But I wonder what it would look like if we hung one of the flowers in here. Kind of hang it off outside of the box. I think that would be fun. And we can kind of put our quote here, just like that. And I think this turned out super cute. And I still have a little bit of room if I need other areas for functional planning. So thanks so much, guys, for stopping by and planning in my social media notebook. I will have a link to Plannything and Erin Condren in the description box below. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.